everybody. It's been a very long time. I'm so sorry. Let me get my intro out of the way real quick here and then we can dive right in. I'm Zira. This is the Love of the Dark Nitty Craft podcast thing. I don't really know what to call it. It's not really a podcast, but this is where I talk about the yarn and the spinning and the projects and all the fun things that I do. And I have so much to talk about today. And it is 128 degrees in my bedroom, probably almost literally. I'm drinking a McDonald's iced tea, unsweetened, because it's huge and it's cheap and it's cold. Oh my God. And I'm really dying. Uh, it really, really is probably 110 degrees in here. My living room is maybe 80 degrees with our little window unit. It keeps it a little cooler out there. But if you can hear the air conditioner, I am not apologizing. You're just going to have to live with it. So let's dive right in so that I can get this done. I've got prizes, I've got winners, I've got fiber stuff, and I have a finished object. So I want to first talk about this finished object. Let me get this out of the way. So I watched the Knitters Party podcast with Megan, and it's a super fun podcast. If you haven't checked it out, you really, really should. It's a really good one. But she put a call out recently for test knitters, and I was like, oh, pick me, pick me. And she did, and I'm so grateful because this is one of the most fun little projects I've done in a long time. Now, the cool thing about this, you'll see this is a full-size shawl. I mean, this is just a full-on full shawl, but it's one skein. One skein. How do you do that? How do you make a full-size shawl? Because usually a full-size shawl takes like, at least 2, maybe 3 skeins or sometimes more. This thing is knit up really cool. Oh, let me choke myself out. It's a really unique shape. Oh my God, that's so much better. I thought I was going to die for a minute. I still might. It's a unique shape. It's this cool, cool V. And the way that it is knit up is different from how I thought it would be knit up. I had this idea. I thought to myself, well, it's going to be knit in this certain way, but it's not. It's something way easier than I was trying to make it out to be. It's worth every penny of the pattern if you choose to go and buy it. And it folds up into this tiny little beautiful thing. Yeah, so I'm not one to knit something more than once usually. This I will knit over and over and over again because it doesn't take very long. It took less than a full skein of yarn. In fact, I can show you what I have left. This is what I have left. I have enough left for probably maybe 8 to 10 hexie puffs. So, I could have gone longer if I wanted it to be longer, but it's long enough. I mean, when it's up at my neck, it's down at my navel. So it's plenty big. And oh yeah, I can't even tell you how truly excited I am about this project. Yeah, it will make a wonderful gift knit, because it's only one skein. You can get something, a really extravagant, nice skein of yarn and knit somebody up a gift in just a few days. And you're not out, $100 like you would be if you were knitting a full-size regular standard shawl. And you're also not out weeks of time. This is quick. You could easily knit this up in a weekend. Easily. I think I probably sat down, and maybe 4 different times I sat down to work on this for a while. And I think the longest that I sat was that last stretch, and it was maybe 5 or 6 hours. So it didn't take very long. Awesome pattern. The pattern is called, because I know you're like, what's the name? The pattern is called the Veni Vidi Vici shawl, and that is, is it Italian or Latin? I think it's Latin for we came, we saw, we conquered, or I came, I saw, I conquered, something like that. Anyway, I read up on it, but yeah, Megan of the Knitters Party podcast. She's Meg311YO on Ravelry if you want to look her up. She's got some cool patterns. Yeah, so that is that. That's out of the way. And I'm rushing through this. I know I'm talking fast, you guys, but seriously, I'm dying. It's so fucking hot in here. Oh, can I say that on YouTube now? I don't know if I can say that on YouTube now. Sorry, YouTube. Okay. The next thing that has been taking up some time and energy is that I joined the FiberShare tribe, and I participated in my very first FiberShare swap. And if you don't know what that is, as a knitter slash crafter slash person who likes fiber in any way, oh my God, you have to know about this. It's so cool. I think I might be the last one to know. So you probably all already know. And you're just like, duh, where have you been for the last however many months? But I finally participated. I had a really good time. I feel like I spoiled my, so basically what it is, you get two partners. You get a partner that you send to, and you get a partner that sends to you. And the requirement is you must send a minimum of 200 grams of fiber, and then try to, everybody gets a questionnaire with all the kinds of questions about types of fibers that you like and things that you make and what you know, hobbies and all that kind of stuff. And the goal is to jump into this sort of little community of fiber sharers and make friends and give something really cool to somebody. And then it just so happens that you also get something really cool given to you. I had both of the people that were my partners and myself were all new this time. We were all newbies. So it was a little bit awkward at first, and there was a little bit of like, I think we're supposed to communicate, and you know, it kind of got off to a little bit of a slow start, and I was a little bit worried, like, oh, is this thing gonna happen? Or you know, because I've joined swaps before and ended up having nothing happen, and just nothing ever happened. But oh my God, you guys, I had so much fun shopping for my partner, arranging, like, I went by her her color choices, how she liked. I sent her just this rainbow of delight of, you know, her favorite colors of yarn and little gadgets and stuff. And then the partner that sent to me, oh my God, her name is Katie, and she's HIWAYQ, like Highway Q, on Instagram if you want to follow her. And the partner that I gave to is Bestemore Skill, and I think it's BESTEMORE Skills. That's how it is. Yeah, so awesome. So I want to share with you what my partner sent to me. I didn't keep very good track of what I sent to my partner. And next time I will for sure, because I know now, knowing what I know, everybody posts what they sent, and then they post what they receive, and everybody oohs and ahs over everybody's stuff. It's really great. But I want to, this is a little bit long, but I'm going to read it anyway, because I want to kind of explain her process, which she explained to me. It's pretty rad. So she writes, "Hi, Zira. I thought I'd write a quick note to explain the items in this box and walk you through my shopping process. I had so much fun shopping for you. I learned so much and even called in a few fiber friends to help me think of things to include. The first thing that stood out to me when reading down your profile answers was your request for natural fibers. I'm not a fan of man-made fibers myself, so that was a pretty easy request to understand. I knew I'd be buying yarn, but the very first thing I looked at was actually unspun wool, because you said you like to spin. I have a couple friends in Southern California that I met at a homeschool campout years ago. Oh my God, how fun. A homeschool campout? That sounds like so much fun. One is a master spinner, Sandy, and knows absolutely everything about every type of fiber and yarn, and the other, Colette, is a brilliant hand dyer. I spent some time looking through Colette's Etsy shop, keeping in mind your color and speckle preference, and found two unique wool blends that I hope you like. Open items 1 and 2. Okay, so items 1 and 2 were as follows. Actually, I might have this backwards. First of all, this is not unspun fiber. This is spun fiber, because I spun it. It was a gorgeous, gorgeous bat with all of these amazing colors in it, and I couldn't wait. I could not wait to do this podcast, because I knew it was going to be many days before I got to it, and I needed to spin some stuff. So I want to just sort of pool this a little bit and show you. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Ooh, and I'm going to autofocus a little bit, because there we go. I mean, really. So I ended up chain plying this, and it's just gorgeous. There's so much going on here, and it's beautiful, and it spun like a dream, and it was this big, lofty couple of bats. It was so nice, and it is so nice because I turned it into something else. Oh my god! I think there are, I want to say there's 102 yards here. So I got a lot out of that bat. Very exciting. I'm just going to set that up there for now. And then, now let me really quick here. Okay, so I just need to double check myself. Because I think, okay. Okay, I think this is 1 and 2. No, this is 2. I'm sorry, I can't remember which was in which package because I opened it all already. So I'm going to guess that this was in package 2. So, oh my god, you guys, I'm going to put this on my head. This is a ridiculous, obscene amount of fiber. This is so cool. And it's this beautiful peachy blend with all these little bits of sparkle in it. How do you like that? Just put it all on my head. Yay! I'm going to get really close so you can maybe see. Focus. I have not spun this up yet, obviously. It's still this beautiful cotton candy mass. It's not showing very well, probably just because it's so bright in here. But there are these gorgeous, it's an orangey, kind of peachy, and there's these beautiful little flecks of kind of yellows, greens, and oranges throughout the whole thing. And I think it's going to end up spinning up kind of like a tweedy sort of, I want to try and get a rather fine spin out of that one. We'll see. It's very exciting. Yeah, fluff. Woohoo. So then she writes, since I knew Colette also hand-dyed her own yarn, I remember seeing you liked things that were dyed naturally. I wonder if that was something Colette did, so I searched around her Etsy shop a little more and found out that she does. Open item 3. And I believe that this is item 3, and this is gorgeous. Oh my gosh. This is bronzed cochineal, and it's 400 yards of BFL superwash wool fingering weight yarn, and you know, naturally dyed with fabulous little buggy carcasses, and it makes me super happy. I love naturally dyed stuff. I think it's really beautiful. This is surprisingly soft for a BFL. When I read BFL in there, I was thinking, oh, it's, you know, sturdy and all that and lovely, but it's actually softer than I thought it would be. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so excited about that. Okay, and then next she writes, my next stop was to search through my own stash to see if I had anything I thought you might like. Because let's be honest, every time we look through our stash, there's always new things creeping in when we're not looking. I found a few skeins of plant-based fibers that I hadn't used because I had replaced them with some gifted yarn on the project I bought them for, so I hope you can find something to do with the soft, beautiful yarn. Open package 4. And in package 4 was 3 skeins, one of them caked, of this gorgeous, let's see, Yarn Dogs multi-cotton, 100% organically grown cotton, 67 grams to 100 yards. This is a bit of a bulky, so it's blue sky alpacas basically, and it's I love blue sky fibers. I love their wools. I love their cottons. They're so soft and so nice. I have no idea yet what I'm going to make with this, but I'm really happy just to have it. It's really, really, really lovely yarn. I'm thinking maybe a couple of hats, maybe a hat for my son. I think he would like that colorway especially. So that was super cool. I was very excited about that. And then, let's see here. I think that I might be actually missing a thing. Because the next one says, back to your questionnaire, I figured everyone deserves at least one thing from their wish list that they've asked for by name. And I can't remember for the life of me what that thing was. And let me think here. I might be actually, I think I put it, well, I'll come back. I'll come back and share it next time if I figure out where the heck I said it. So anyway, next, let's see, next item was a little trickier. I contacted my spinning friend Sandy because I really don't know anything about spinning at all, and I asked her what something fun and small would be to give someone who likes to spin. I told her I'd already blown out my budget, ha ha ha, but I wanted to include something anyway. The first thing she mentioned is the next thing I bought for you, handcrafted by an Etsy seller from Canada. I hope you know what it is. I sure wouldn't have. And I opened up this cute little package, and it's, I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head, but it's the little hook that you stick into the orifice to grab your yarn when you're doing your spinning. And the coolest thing is, I have never had one of those. I've always just kind of like tried to stuff it in there with my fingers or use a back end of a straw or something to get it through there. So that was really, really cool that she included that. It's my first one, and I didn't bring it in here because I'm a spaz today, apparently. But it's this beautiful little hand formed wire copper thing with a little jewelly thing at the end, and it's just beautiful. I really love it. So that's what that was. And then she wrote, at this point, I felt like I still wanted to get you one more thing. Not just another random skein of yarn, but something different and unique. The words repurposed crafting on your info sheet stood out to me, and I imagined you making something new out of something that had been taken apart. And I tried to think of a way that you could apply that to fiber arts. I searched for various words and phrases online and on Amazon and Etsy to see what was out there, and then I found it. Recycled yarn. I had no idea there was even such a thing, but I found a brilliant lady on Etsy who lives in Australia and recycles clothing items into beautifully crafted yarn. I love the idea so much that I even bought some for myself. Open item 7. And this is so rad. So seriously rad. So there is a shop in okay. This was that one that I was like, what did I do with that thing? This was the thing that I asked for specifically was indie dyed yarn. I love indie dyed yarn, and this is indie dyed. It happens to be from the same place as the recycled yarn came from, so that's where I got my confusion there. But this is gorgeous. This is a Queen of Hearts colorway. It's a 100% super fine merino, light fingering. Honestly, looking at that, to me, I would call that a lace weight. That is the lightest light fingering I've ever seen. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I cannot wait to find something to knit that up with. It's just beautiful. Okay, so then moving on, then the recycled yarn is this. This is so rad. I don't know, like, I don't even know. I mean, recycled and hand dyed. Someone Else's Tomorrow is the name of the colorway. It's 53% lamb's wool, 40% Angora, 7% nylon. It's a light fingering. It gives me the grams. It gives me the amount that there is there. And so my guess is that she probably unraveled this from a sweater or a coat or something like that, and then hand dyed it. And it's just lovely. It's right up my alley color-wise. I mean, look at it. It goes with everything over here. Woo! So that was cool. And then the shop name for this gal is Not Another Hat, but it's not like KNOT, like the one in Oregon here. It's not, just like NOT, and they're from Australia. So that's kind of cool. One of my favorite yarn shops is the Not Another Hat shop here in Oregon. And then, so this Not Another Hat gal from Australia sent a couple of little extras with her package, and I thought that was just really sweet. Oh, and I've got stuff on it already. Hand-dyed little bits and bobs of other materials. Super awesome. We'll find a use for those. And then she wrote, at this point, let's see here. I felt like I probably had enough fiber in the box. Ha ha ha. And it was time to switch to my attentions to some other types of goodies. I wanted to buy things made locally. Oh, made locally in California while sticking to your tastes and preferences, so I visited a nearby ethnic world market. Everything in these packages is from the San Jose, San Francisco Bay Area, which is so diverse that you can find food and drinks of just about any type around here. I know California is really close to Oregon, but I hope you like trying these items and maybe one of them is new to you. And it was cool. She sent a gift package of like all these different spices and herbs, and there's like a ginger paste and just a bunch of really cool stuff. And then open item 8, she got me some tea, and then she got me some chocolate, and then she got me some other little goodies. And she says, that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this little walkthrough of my thought process while I was shopping, and I hope you enjoy these items as much as I enjoyed shopping for them. I'd love to hear what you think about some of the items or what you think you might make with them. Thanks for making my first fiber share shopping experience so enjoyable. Now I can go open my own box from my partner. I forced myself to leave it sealed while I finished your box because I'm so easily distracted by new fiber. Oh, Katie, you just absolutely went above and beyond. And seriously, you made my first fiber share so worth it. I mean, I cannot wait to dive into the next one, right? So excited. So yeah, if you've not done fiber share, keep in mind if you're looking for it, it's FIBRE share, not FIBER like I kept trying to make it. I was like, I can't find anything on it. And then anyway, I figured it out. So that's it for the fiber share. Moving on, I think we just have a couple of things on the uh, make make however many. Oh my god, you guys, my brain is fried. Make 12, make 9, whatever. It's a thing that we're doing where we make a certain amount of things throughout the year and we check them off as we go. I can check off my very first pattern because I made a pattern and it's now on Ravelry for you to have, and it's free. And it's not tested, and that's why it's free. I decided to just post it and see if anybody has any feedback or notices that anything's wrong. I am so happy to just go in there and adjust it real quick. Um, but I think I got it. This is called the Cartomancy Tarot Card Pouch, and it's really nice. I really, really, really like it. If you're going to make it for your tarot cards, I would recommend very strongly that you use silk, and I would recommend 100% silk. Silk is known for its protective qualities, and cotton is not, and acrylic is definitely not, and wool is not. Um, Now, that being said, I I'm kind of a by the book kind of person when it comes to that. If you're more of a fly by the seat of your pants, if you feel comfortable using something else, by all means, do what you got to do. I'm going to recommend silk. It's a little more expensive, but um, this was one skein of, actually, rather, one skein made 3 pouches for me because I've got my other one over here that I just need to finish the little drawstring for. Um, and it's by Manos. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I should have had that info. I'll have that next time. Um, yeah, it's really lovely. But I can't remember the name of it. So yeah, Cartomancy. Go check it out. Woo. It's got some little eyelet lace design. And yeah, anyway, it's really nice. I like it a lot. Feel free to grab it. I'm going to take off autofocus right now because I get tired of it going in and out, in and out. It drives me crazy. And you guys, I think that is it, except for the fact that we have 2 winners. So in my Ravelry group, which I have, I should have mentioned it. It's the Love of the Dark Fiber Arts podcast group. I had a knit along going of just knit a thing, just whatever you want to knit. You can just knit things. And for everything that you knit, I don't care if it's a sweater or a baby sock, it doesn't matter. Everything that you knit, you got to enter it. And we don't have a lot of people in the group yet, which is totally fine. It'll grow. But in the meantime, we literally had 2 different people enter 5 different things. And so, Kristirose, you get first place because you entered 3 items, and Pharmagurumi, you get second place because you entered 2 items, and you 2 were the only ones that entered anything. And so, my prizes are I have 2 skeins of this beautiful Manos del Uruguay silk blend in the Vamp colorway. It's absolutely lovely. And that will go to one of you. And the other person is going to get, I believe that it is 5 patterns from Ursi Knits. Any of her 5 patterns that you want. She generously donated those to us. I think it was last month. It might have been the month before. It's been a while since I've podcasted. But she donated that after I showed off my blanket that is her design that I made. And she was really excited about it. And I do know that also with her patterns, if you choose to go and buy some of her patterns as well, and this goes for anybody, of course, the proceeds from all of her knitting patterns go to help the Galgos del Sol, and it's an Italian greyhound rescue group. Apparently, I think I talked about this in the last podcast, but in Italy, when they race these greyhounds, when they're done with them for their season, they euthanize them. and if they can't find homes for them. And it's just, that's so terrible. So there's this really great group, Goggle Still Soul, and they rescue them as many as they can, and she sends money from her patterns to that organization, which I think is rad. But in the meantime, Kristirose, you get a hold of me and let me know which of those prizes you would prefer, and then I will send the other prize to Pharmagurumi, and both of you get a hold of me on Ravelry and send me your mailing addresses, and I will get those out next week. I'm going to be gone for this whole weekend, but I'll get those out in the mail next week. All right, you guys, I think that is it for today. I think I'm dying of heat stroke right now. And so I'm gonna go and take a cold shower and then go sit in front of my air conditioner. Hopefully I'll be back sooner than this one took me to get to you guys. I don't know why it took so long. I've just been busy and shit, you know, life. Anyway, have a really great summer, and go camping or something. Put your feet in the dirt. It's good for you.